Good evening, my name is Modi Apparatus, and welcome to Quarantine. Quarantine is a turn-based strategy game about fighting pandemic diseases by recruiting a team, and you'll set out in the world doing research, doing quarantining, doing treatments to try to combat a global threat. This game is from Sproing, published by 505 Games. Thank you to the developer for providing a copy so I could check it out before early access. It is hitting early access as of February 9th. That is the day this video comes out. So check it out if you're interested. If you enjoy board games like Pandemic, and maybe the Plague Inc. even is a little opposite side of that thing, but it's still kind of the same strategy kind of game. You might enjoy this game. So let's get into it and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment here. I played through the tutorial and I did an easy mode run here. I'm going to try bacteria and I'm going to do it on medium this time. The only difference between the threats, as far as I can tell here right now, is bacteria, virus, and prion. They changed the way they spread. So this increases infection in infected cities, standard mutation rate, standard infected cities. Virus is increased mutation rate, so it mutates faster, and it has a standard spread to everywhere. And bacteria has a standard mutation rate, but increases spread to uninfected cities, so it's going to be more of a widespread threat, but not as strong of a threat. I did bacteria before. Let's try a virus this time. Increased mutation rate might be interesting. We'll have to stay on top of our research to find a cure here. Win conditions, find the cure. Lose conditions, infection bar reaches maximum. Let's do medium, and let's get into a brand new game fighting a global virus. So, the first thing we need to do is choose our starter person here, our very first operative. Each operative has their own little bonuses they get, and the first level of tech is based on the operative you pick at the beginning here. So for instance, the medic can take 2 samples. We'll get into what that means here in just a minute. It is a pretty nice thing to have. The diplomacy here is you can have more XP from operations, so your guys level up faster. Science is that you get healing faster, but all these things level up as well. I think I'll try medic though, because we're doing a virus, we need samples to find a cure. So it's going to be more important to find lots of samples so we can do lots of curing down the road here. Okay, so let's get that going here. Let's go next. And we need to choose our starting location. We have Cairo, Tokyo, London, and Los Angeles as our only options right now. I am going to go with jelly old London, England here. And that'll be our base of operations for the start here. Alright, let's go. Now, that doesn't mean where the disease actually starts. So as you can see, there's our global map here. What those things are representing here is we have some infection in London, we have some infection in Havana, and we have Mogadishu. These things they have 4 levels. Right now it's level 1. When it reaches level 4, the city's lost. So we gotta make sure we take action on it before the city gets lost, and we can never recover it at that point. Then it's just dead to us. We can't do anything with it. And it will continue to spread disease out everywhere. So we just have 1 guy at the outset here. We'll add on to some extra operatives here eventually. But at the outset here, we don't have a lot of money. We're getting $1,000 or $10,000 per day. We have $20,000 in the bank. What we can do though is establish some bases of operation wherever we want to. We can only establish them in cities that might be under threat. So, for instance, we can go to Dakar here or Kinshasa. Okay, I'm butchering that one. We're not going to establish a base there, so I don't have to say that one that often here. It doesn't really matter as far as where you establish your bases. It's just a matter of where you can, where a threat is perceived or going to be a threat. We only get 1 action on this turn because we just have 1 guy, so that the number of people you have determines your number of actions. We can hire on more people going into here of all different kind of backgrounds and abilities here. Right now they're kind of all the same, just male, female versions of the same thing here. The lab is where we can go research some diseases and see. This is going to slowly mutate. So right now there's 3 different criteria here. Researching any one of these things is going to take 7 days currently based on our current researchers. If we hire on more researchers with some cash, we can decrease that duration and it'll go faster. Right now we need to cure these 3 and it's fully cured, but given this is a virus, it's going to mutate very quickly, so we need to make sure we get on top of it as fast as possible. And then there's tech right here. Now, as I said, tech is we have the first tech for advanced treatment here, which is remove 2 samples instead of 1 per treatment. Here we have public health awareness, which increases intensity, intensify per action, so this decreases disease intensity. we also can look at what can be done later down the road here. So, given that we have a virus on our hands, diseases require more mutation points to mutate. I think that's a great idea. We need to get that research as soon as possible. So I'm going to go with improved first aid here first. And then we have the best of both worlds over here. We have lots of samples to collect and also some healing to do. Not that that's that important to us, but this one is more important to me down the road here. So, start the research, and that'll take 4 days to complete. That's why we want to get that started right away. We can't hire anybody else right now. What I think the first thing we should do here is go to Dakar here and establish a office. Right now the disease threats are not that bad, so we'll establish an office there. It's going to cost us all of our money, but we're going to get that money back just basically in 1 day. So, what this is going to do is give us... Operation complete. Office built, got 10 XP for our character here, and we get 20,000 a day, so we get our money back basically on the first day here. So, that is all the actions we can take currently. Now we're going to end the turn, and now it's the disease's turn to go, and they're going to probably boost themselves up a little bit here. So, it looks like it's spread to Mumbai and Khartoum. And it increased in London here. So it might be time to head over to London here and do some treatments for that. We still can't handle anybody else on our team just yet. They're all 30,000 to hire a person here. That'll be really important to do those soon. I am going to head over here and do some advanced treatment. The problem with this zone right now, though, looking at the treatment here, what's going to happen here. So anytime you do an action, sometimes there's risks involved. And risks damage your character. So your character's health is represented by the green bar here. As you take higher risks, there's a chance you'll take damage. If you take damage, in this case, it's a high damage area, you'll take 5 whole damage, which takes us down to half. And if we're damaged, we can't, we need to spend a day to recover. Otherwise, I believe our person might get killed. I don't know for sure. I've never had it happen before. But we're going to try to avoid that happening. I am going to send a guy over here because I don't want to lose London. It is where our home base is. We can't risk losing it. When we head into there, it's going to reduce infection by 3. I guess we can give it 1 more day. What else would we do? I guess the only thing other thing we could do is probably establish another office. Do we have the cash to do so? It'd be 20 grand to establish another office. That might not be a bad thing to do at the outset, so we're getting maximum amount of money here. Or we save our cash and hire another person on next turn. Yeah, I think we're going to do that instead. We're going to hire another person on next turn, and that might give us more opportunities down the road here. Because we're getting 20,000 a day. We can hire on a person, and then the following day we can add another office on. Let's think about this. If we add another office on, we're getting 30,000. Next turn we can add on. Okay, that's the way to do this. Okay, so I'm going to add on a office in Madrid here. Establish an office. No damage or risk to our character here. We're going to go with that. Success. And now it's going to be the disease's turn. So we'll let it be and see what's going to happen here. So the virus is going to intensify in each of the regions, it looks like. Dakar is now infected, great. And Khartoum is now infected with 2, so now we have a little bit of treatment to go on here. But as I said, we have 30,000 a day now. We're going to get 30,000 tomorrow. Team is important now. So because I want to get a lot of samples so we can start doing some cure research, I need to get some samples gathered, which means I'm going to hire a scientist next. Actually, boy, we want to hire scientists today, and I think, oh boy, we're gonna have to do some treatment today, I think, first. So I'm actually gonna have to hold off 1 more day on the samples and get Teresa here. Teresa I'm killing names here. I apologize to Teresa. Sorry about that.
Not a moment.
Teresa, welcome aboard. Welcome to the newest member of the team here. We can use her right away, so she's already in London. We don't have the connections here only matter for spread of disease, I should mention. It's not like pandemic where you can only move 1 spot. You can move anywhere on the map anytime you want. So what I'm going to do here first is, since how London did not move up in difficulty here, I'm going to take a look and see what the risk is here. Because she's a security person, she takes less damage overall. She has armor on, so she gets only 4 damage in a high risk area here. Here it is damage risk none for London right now. Well, let's do advanced treatment for. Oh no, here it is. I had the wrong thing here. Heal operatives is 0 risk, of course. So high risk, gonna take damage here regardless, but I'm gonna have to risk it. So we're gonna let her do her thing, treat it, and that removes all the risk. And she didn't get damaged. Awesome. That's actually pretty lucky. And then we're gonna send good old Hans Schroeder over to another area here. We're gonna send him to Khartoum and do an advanced treatment for them too. Again, high risk. It's gonna take away a lot of his health if he screws this up, but gotta do it. Can't risk losing a city. So, we'll see what happens. Too close for comfort. He did take some damage on that one. Operative damage, -5. We did reduce the disease there, though, so now it does no longer have any kind of infection at the moment. I got a little experience in the meantime here. So, that will do it for our turns for this round. Next, we're going to let the disease take its turn. There's a lot that could happen here. It could spread, it could intensify. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Also, I think, let's take a look at the lab here quick. Is there a way to view the mutation points? Doesn't look like it, okay. As the disease gets treated more often, the mutation could increase and change. And that music gets a little loud sometimes. The mutation could change and add on and make it more difficult to research the cure. So we're gonna have to definitely keep an eye on that. All right, we're getting our 30,000 a day. I think we'll end the turn here and let the disease do its thing. We got our 30,000. The disease is moved to Bogota. And Tehran is now at a 2 now. Okay, so what we'll do is we will establish our next and final base, I think. Oh boy, I also need to hire a team on though. We need to hire another person, scientist that can do some sampling. Let's see. If I don't hire a person on, we're gonna be way behind on the disease. Okay, I'm gonna hire him on.
Be disappointed.
Mia Monte is welcome. Okay, and next we gotta take our operatives around and do some work on treating this stuff here. So I could have him gather samples. I can only gather it in sample places that have been infected already, and we probably should consider getting some samples right now. We have other people that could do some gathering. Actually, she could do some gathering here. Let's do that. Sampling operation. She can gather 2 in each city. No damage risk because it's in a city that's being pretty much under control at the moment. No cost to it right now, and just 1 day of operation. So that's great. We'll get some samples there. And to get the first research done for our lab here, we need 4 samples. Let's see. There was a tech thing going on, so we got this one. And okay, I'm gonna do improved microbial cultures next turn then. Back to the map. Let's see. We have Teresa on for next here. I guess we'll send her to Tehran and see what the damage is going to be there. Okay, let's do advanced treatment. High risk. Reduce the infection though. Do it. Let's see what happens.
We're done here.
Done, and no infection once again. No damage for her. That's awesome actually. Hans is a little worse for the wear though. I think what we want to do though is still, oh, we already out of money again. That's right, we are out of money, so I can't establish a base. So with Hans, I could either have him, oops, clicked the wrong thing there, sorry about that. I could have him either, I can't collect samples from this city because we just did it with her. I could send him to London to collect samples. You can get 1, there's no risk in London. And I think I might have him do that. And we do need to have him take a day off and rest though too. We can't work him too much. So, that said, I think I'm going to send him here to get some more samples. That way by tomorrow we should be able to, well, you know what, actually I'm gonna let him heal. Let him heal up, no risk to that. And then we'll have Mia do some sampling tomorrow, and that should get us where we need to go.
No problem.
No problem, healed by 50%, that takes him back to 100% then. And that is going to do it for our team, and that's going to do it for our turn. Alright, so Bangkok is infected now in Lima. See, this thing is spreading. This thing is spreading like crazy. Mumbai is at level 2, and we get our first event. So we have our situation here: high fever in Kinshasa. Oh god, Kinshasa. What's the oh god. Okay, forget it. Apply fever medication. So the infected are suffering from high fevers, widespread symptom places massive burden on primary cares and healthcare workers. If we apply fever medication, it reduces the negative consequences of the disease, or we just analyze it and take the risk of the people getting more infected, but we learn more about the disease. I think we might want to just do the analyze here right now and not apply the fever medication. As nasty as it might be, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to make those hard choices. So we gain precious new knowledge from the disease from this expedition. Situation under control, disease sample +2. Okay. So that might increase the infection a little bit there, but we did get some more samples. We got the tech here done, so we got 100% for that. Now we can research the mutation inhibitor. Doesn't cost us anything to do these. We just need to remember to upgrade our engineers here eventually, so it takes less time to research these things. So, research is going to take 4 days. Other things we could do cities treated to 0 infection level cannot be reinfected. That's kind of cool. That would help us out a lot, actually. Yeah, maybe. That's this one here, though. We need to get to disinfect. And then disease screening. Disease has -1 spread actions per turn. Boy, I don't know. I think we go with the mutation inhibitor. Because of the way the virus here is working, it's going to mutate eventually. We're going to want to inhibit that if we can. So let's start the research on that. Long term, that's going to be the way to go. We also got our research for the lab here. We could start researching a trait. Viral latency. I guess it doesn't matter what we research. They're all kind of the same right now. So airborne transmission, latency, or hemorrhagic fever. Okay, wow, that sounds pretty bad. Let's just do the transmission, though. I don't think this actually affects the spread. It doesn't really have any effects besides just getting the research more closer to done. Some of the time, in easy mode, it was giving us some bonuses for these. So I'm thinking that is a thing that can happen. I just don't know what's triggering that. If it was a thing with the easy mode, or if it can just sometimes randomly happen. Alright, so we have 10 grand. We'll have 40 grand by tomorrow. Can we hire a researcher on with that? No, we need 50 for that. Okay, so one of the objectives today then will be to spend some money to get... Oh, we don't have enough. I was gonna say we could spend some money and get another base established, or get another person hired, but we can't do that just yet. We need to get some treatment from Mumbai, so let's get that. Let's see what the situation is there. The other thing we can do is quarantine. We don't have enough money for the moment, but we can quarantine a city, and that will prevent it from spreading any kind of diseases for a couple turns. It also can sometimes make it a little safer to do treatments inside of the city too. But I think for right now, seeing as how she has full health, she's at 100% track record here, I'm gonna let her do some treatment. So, start it. We'll see. Took some damage, but she's still alive, as she says. We need some more samples collected, so I'm just gonna let the doctor. Oh, I don't need to click the person. I just click the place here. Just click the sampling operation. Let her do her thing. No risk. Let's do it, and then he can do some treatment elsewhere as well. Now we noticed it's spreading this way quite a bit. What we could do is treat Mogadishu here. Let's see what it would take for him to do that. If he does a treatment here, it'd be, oh, it's a medium risk still. If I could get a low risk spot, that'd be amazing. Is there any kind of, no, it's still medium. Medium, everyone's a medium still. Yeah, there's no low risk situations. We need to improve our skills in order to get lower risks, I think, is the deal. So we're not going to treat unless we absolutely have to. What can we do with this time, though? That'll be helpful for us. Sample gathering, right? That would be the best thing to do. We can gather samples right here in jolly old London. Sample gathering. Otherwise, we quarantine, but we don't have enough cash for that at the moment, so we can't do that. Alright, so let's sample. Gather right here. That's going to take us up to 3. By next turn, we should be able to do... We should have enough... I mean, we have 7 days still before the samples kick in, so we need cash more than anything else. I would love to add on these diplomats next, probably. They can still do other things. They can just... Offices will cost less to build per level. We already have the offices kind of established, though, so I don't know if that's a good investment. It might be better to add in some security on, or a sample gathering. We'll go one of those 2 ways, I think. I don't think we're gonna have enough money to build our last base, our last headquarters. So we should be okay after this. All right, let's let the disease take its turn here. See what happens. So it's still spreading up through Asia right now. Buenos Aires is now infected, and Lima is increased by 1. Okay, so those are its actions. All right, we got 40 grand today. We have to decide if we want to go with the researcher, or if we want to go with a new team, or if we want to go with a new lab. I think we want to do new labs, but we're getting 40,000 a day finally. Let's go to Tehran, make a office there. Let's let good old Hans take care of this one. Establish an office, no risk there. Capital officer is not, oh wait, not connected to infected area. Oh, okay, well that's good to know. So we can go to Car, already has the base. We need to pick an affected area here. So let's go with Havana. Hans just wants to take a vacation to Havana, I think, is the deal here. Establish office. Ooh, there is risk involved in that. How about that? Okay, so let's not pick that one. Mexico City is at risk. No risk there to establish a base, though. So let's go send. He's gonna have to settle for Mexico City. Unfortunately, he wanted to go to Havana. Not as nice. Havana's probably a little nicer to visit. Okay, so let's start the operation. Get the last base established. Office built. Level up for Hans, which is awesome. And Hans, when he levels up, what does he get for bonuses here? Quick, let's see. He level 2. Treatment reduces 1 infection level per level. So that means when he treats infections, it's going to be more effective. Meaning that we could let these get up to 3 and before we do anything about them. So that might be a good thing to do. Especially with Teresa here a little bit down in the dumps. Let's let her recover. Heal operative, start operation, let her be for a minute.
Success.
And I'm just going to have her gather samples once again. I clicked the wrong thing again, I apologize. Sampling operation, get 2 more samples, that takes up to 5. That should be enough to do the next level then. When we're ready.
The job's finished.
Yeah, the job's finished, thank you. All right, now, Disease's turn on the ready, let's do it. Priscilla is infected. Oh, our newly established base here in Mexico City got infected, how about that? And another event.
The situation is evolving.
The disease is spread by sneezing. We need to distribute face masks to limit risk of exposure to infectious droplets. Distribute face masks is going to be a medium risk. Advised medical screening is going to give, let's see, a symptom has been conspicuous events. Many sufferers will walk in with free checkup if such centers exist. I don't know if centers exist, is what that means. I'm going to distribute face masks. Our infection level is getting pretty high now, I think. We should probably distribute face masks, I think. Risk medium, let's do it. See what happens. The operation was successful, we managed to get a grip of the situation. Fine. Okay, I don't know what that actually did for us. But, yeah, we are getting some bad infection level here. I'm a little worried about that. We have Havana to worry about. And I could send her over there, do some treatments. It's high risk, but only 4 damage for her, and we'll let her do it, I guess. All right, sitting over to Havana, and no damage, awesome. Now, Hans, how are you doing here? First of all, let's go into the lab and add on another researcher. As I mentioned, we do need to do this. So let's hire on a person, so since we have the money, that takes the duration down to 3 days instead of 7, that's awesome. I think it was at 5 days still, so that took away 2 days off the time, that's awesome. That'll really help us get it cured faster. Meanwhile, I'm going to send Hans over to Lima to take care of this place. Advanced treatment, high risk, going to take 5 damage from him. We might want to have a second security officer, because that's really, treatment's going to be a huge thing right now. With our infection level as high as it's getting. We're about 50% now. Let's treat it, let's let him take the damage if he needs to.
Done and done.
Oh, nice. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. And then she can just stick where she's at in Khartoum. And I think Khartoum. I'm saying it wrong. Khartoum. I like to say that. And or Khartoum? I don't know. And we'll let her do a disease sample here for 2. All right, let's get it. We got 7 now. We'll be good on samples for the time being here. Assuming the disease isn't involved, we'll let her do other things then in the future. So that is it for our team for this turn. Let's push it forward by a day and see what the disease is going to do next. All right, looks like it's spreading again. Spread to Los Angeles, okay, from Mexico City. Yeah, went up the went right up the west coast there. All right, so London is now infected again. We have a lot to treat here, and it is not going to be easy. Luckily, everybody's full health. We can actually hire on our 3rd team member today, and I think I'm going to do that. We're going to add on Seth Levitt here. He gets less damage for operation level. I think that's what we're going to do. So let's get him. He can help us do some treatments around here. We're going to start cleaning up this place right now. So he's in London. Sounds good to me. Advanced treatment from him. Let's do it. He's got a medium risk and 4 damage. Let's see what he does. Done. Love it. Good confidence. She is going to head over to Los Angeles to do advanced treatment there. She wants to spend some time in LA. Let's give her that. I think the only thing we could do is once we have some money, start quarantining. Oh, she got to level up also. Did take some damage though, but got to level up again. It's fantastic. All right, so, and then leveling up for them is less damage for operations per level. So she's level 2, she'll only take 3 damage from those 5 damage places, which is awesome. That'll let her go into some high-risk areas then, finally. We're back down to about 50%. We still need to collect some samples, assuming it doesn't mutate, which so far has it. It is not mutated yet, but we do have a lot of days left to research here still, so it could still. Let's head back to the map. We have Hans and we have Mia, right? Advanced treatments. Let's see. We want to head over to someplace nearby. Well, I guess it doesn't need to be nearby necessarily. Let's get this one treated because it is a connected spot. This could spread to any number of these. So let's do advanced treatment for this place, and we'll let Hans take care of this one. Start operation.
Success.
See what it does. Success is good, and we'll block off right here also. Advanced treatments for her. See how she does.
All clear.
Okay, and she got leveled up. Awesome. So she gets more samples, I believe. I think it's her deal is she gets more samples. Yeah, so she can collect more samples when she gets leveled up now. Everyone's at level 2 except for the newbie, Seth, the rookie. The rookie haven't gotten leveled up yet. All right, so I'm actually gonna turn 8 here. I'm gonna call it an episode right there. I'm gonna come back in another episode here, and we're gonna wrap this thing up. We have the groundwork laid, I think, to solve this problem here. We're managing it fairly well, I think. But if you want to see how it plays out, let me know, and we'll be back for another episode really, really soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this look at Quarantine. If you're interested, go check it out on Steam. It is available now. And I'll see you guys back in a little while for the next episode. Have a good night.